Hi everyone, my name is Akurede Adenike. You are welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time of you checking on my channel, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more videos. Today, I'm drafting out 6 and 8 pieces bustier blouse. But before then, I'll first of all draft out the fitted bustier. So I'm going to use that fitted bustier blouse to draft out the 8 and 6 pieces bustier blouse. The measurement I'm working with today are back 15, bust 38, under bust 32, waist 34, hip 40, blouse length 23. So I'm going to draw a straight line here. That will be my shoulder line. This is my shoulder line. So after that, from there, I will input all my vertical measurements from my shoulder to my chest line. To get my chest line, my armhole is 18. 18 divided by 2, that will give me 9. So I'll measure 9 from the shoulder line. That will be my chest line. Half of my armhole will be my chest line. Connect all the points. So after that, from the shoulder to my bust point, my bust point is 10 plus half inch seam allowance. That will be 10.5. Connect the lines. From my shoulder to my under bust. My under bust is 13.5 plus half inch seam allowance. That will be 14 inches from my shoulder line. Connect the points. From my shoulder line to my waist is 17 plus half inch seam allowance. That will be 17.5. 17.5. So, from my shoulder to my hip, which is the full length of my blouse, is 23 inches. There is it. From my shoulder, measure 23 inches. Connect the lines. Then I'll now add 2 inches seam allowance to it. I'll make it 25 from the shoulder. Connect the points. So I will now input my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple is 7. Divided by 2 is 3.5 plus half inch seam allowance. That will be 4 inches. So I'll measure 4 inches from the shoulder here down to the full length of the top of the blouse. So I'll connect all the points. So now this is my shoulder line, my chest line. Let me label it. Chest line, my bust point, under bust, waistline, then full length of the blouse, full length. So here now at the shoulder line here, I'm going to measure my dart. From this side, I'll measure 1 inch. So the other side, I'll measure 2 inches. So here, I'm going to come up from the bust point here. I'm going to come up by 1 inch and come down by 1 inch. So on the under bust here, I'll come in by half on this side. So this side now, I'll come in by 1.5. On the waist here, I'll come in by 1 inch, and here I'm going to come in by ½ inch. So from my hip line here, I'll come up by 3 inches. So I'll now connect all the points here. Connect it like this, and here to here now. Connect it here. Connect it here. Connect it, and here. Connect it. So all the sharp edges, I'll make sure I blend it. Make sure I blend it for it not to be too sharp. So I'll now cut it out. Now before then, on the shoulder line here, I'll place my shoulder measurements. My shoulder is 15. Half of it is 7.5 plus 3 inches I deducted from here for that. That will be 10.5 plus 1 inch I'm going to use to join it together. That will give me 11.5 and ½ inch seam allowance. That will be 12 inches. So on the chest line here, I'm going to input that 12 inches. And also my bust measurement. My bust is first of all, let me connect this armhole line for my armhole, front armhole. So on the chest line, I'm going to input the quarter of my bust. My bust is 38. Divided by 4 is 9.5 plus ½ inch that will be 10. Will be 10 inches plus 4 inches here, 3 inches that I deducted from it, and 1 inch that I'm going to use to join it back. That will give me 14 inches. So on the shoulder line here, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. Connect it. So here now, I'll measure what is here. This is 8 inches. Half of it is 4. On the half of it, or half inch is here. I mean, middle here. I'll come in by 0.75. Then I'll connect my armhole. So on the underbust here, I don't need it. Let me go down to the waist. On the waist here, my waist is 34. Divided by 4 is 8.5. So I'm deducting 1.5 inch from here plus 1 inch seam allowance. That will be 2.5 plus 8 inches. That's 10.5 plus 2 inches seam allowance. That will give me 12. 8 inches plus 10.5 plus 2 inches seam allowance. That will give me 12.5. On my hip line here, quarter of my hip is 10 inches. 1.5 that I deducted from here plus 1 inch I'm going to use to join it, but that's 2.5. I'm going to add it with the 10 inches. That will give me 12.5 plus another 2 inches for seam allowance. That will give me 14.5. So I'll now connect the lines, the points. So I'll blend the sharp edges. So here at the bottom here, I'll just shape it like this, because I don't want to be sharp. So at the bottom, so I'll now cut it out. So to get the neck, I want the neck width of 3.5. So this is 3 plus 3 inches that I deducted from here. That will be 6 plus 1 inch that I'm going to use to join it back. That will give me 7 inches. The neck depth of 5 inches. So I'll now join it back and I will now shape my neck. You can use any shape you want. You can use 4 corner, you can use V. Let me use my hand. So I'm going to shape it like this. Let me explain again. To get my neck width, I'm using the neck width of 3.5. So there is 3 here, but I'm deducting. I'm going to cut out 3 inches here. I'll use 1 inch to join it back. That will be 4 inches. That 4 inches plus this 3.5, that will make it 7.5. 7.5. So I'll now cut it out. Shoulder slope. you know. Make sure you blend all the sharp edges out. All the sharp edges, make sure you blend it out. Here's it. For note, if you have a bigger bust, on the other bust, you can make it, you can come in at this side. On this side, you can come in by 2 inches. You know, I used 1.5 for it. So this just it. Start joining to now show very well. This is the side of it, and this is the middle. As you can see, it's all. Is it? So let's move to the back before we now transfer it on another paper. Now to the back. Back is as simple as anything. So I've already drafted it, but I'm going to explain. This is my shoulder line. This is my chest line. Half of my armhole. My armhole is 18 divided by 2 is 9. From shoulder, I measured 9 inches for my chest line. So from shoulder to my waist is 17 plus half inch seam allowance. This is 17.5 from my shoulder waist. The full length of my blouse, which is on my hip line, from my shoulder to my hip line, which is the full length of my blouse, is 23. So the 2 inches here is seam allowance. From my shoulder to 23 plus 2 inches seam allowance, that's 25. Here is it. So this is I measured 2 inches here from this edge till this line. I measured 2 inches for my zip allowance. My zip allowance. So from this line now, I'm going to measure my nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple is 7 divided by 2 is 3 plus 2 plus half inch seam allowance, that it is 4 inches. Measure 4 inches. 4 inches. 4 inches. Then 4 inches. I'll now connect it. Connect it. You know, like I told you, the back is simple as ABC. I'll now input my dart. Why I needed my dart is only on the waist. So on the waistline here, I will come in on the both sides by 0.5 half inch. I'll now connect it. From the shoulder line here, I'll slant it like this. From the shoulder line, you just connect it like this. Second side. Connect it from the waist again till the full length of the blouse. So to avoid folding here on the zipper side here on the waistline, from here, from this edge, I will come in by half inch too to avoid folding. So I will now connect it from the shoulder line slantly with a straight line. So from the waist to the full length of the blouse, connect it slantly too. Now I will now input my circumference, bust, waist and hip circumference. Well, first of all, let me input my shoulder line. My shoulder line, my back is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5 plus 1 plus half inch is plus half inch seam allowance. That will give me 8 inches. But I'm going to cut here, so 1 inch that I'm going to use to join it back plus 8 inch, that will give me 9 inches. I will now input that 9 inches on the chest line too. 9 inches. I'll connect it to draw out my back armhole. So let's adjust it. That's my back armhole. Here now, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. My neck width is 3.5 and my neck depth is 1.5. So I'll connect it. This is my shoulder slope and my neck. Connect it like this. On my chest line, I will input the quarter of my bust. My bust is 38. Quarter of it is 9.5 plus his plus half inch ease. That will give me 10. I'm going to cut out 0.75 here plus 1 inch seam allowance. That will give me 1.75. I'll add it to the 10 here that I already have. 10 plus 1.75, that will give me 11.75 plus 2 inches seam allowance. That will give me 13.75. There is it. On the waistline, I will input the quarter of my waist, which is my waist is 34. Quarter of it is 8.5 plus 1 inch that I'm going to cut out here. That'll give me 9.5 plus 1 inch that I'm going to use to join it back. That'll give me 10.5 plus 2 inches seam allowance. That is 12.5. On the full length of my blouse, which is my hip line, I will input the quarter of my hip. The quarter of my hip is 10 inches plus 2 inches here, because I'm going to cut out 1 inch here, and I'm going to use 1 inch to join it back. So that 10 inches plus 2 inches, that will give me 12 inches plus another 2 inches for seam allowance. That is 14 inches. I will now connect the points. So from here now, I will now shape it like this to avoid sharp edges. Blend this place to avoid sharp edges. Here too, make sure you blend all the sharp edges to avoid problem while sewing. Let me come again with the measurement. On my chest line here, quarter of my bust will be input there. Quarter of my bust is 9.5 plus 1.05 0.5 here because I'm going to cut out 0.75 here. Use 1 to join it back. That will give me, and I've already have. Now I cut. Make sure you get your measurements right before you cut your fabric. If you are not good enough, you can draft it on a pattern paper first, so you will know your mistakes before cutting, before drafting directly on your fabric. So cutting the back out. Here is my shoulder slope. Now here is it. Let me show you how it looks like. As you can see, it's so easy. Very simple. Here is it. Here is it. They're very simple. Here is it. Now I'll now transfer it on another pattern paper, both the front and the back, to get my 8 and 6 pieces bustier blouse.